when you hear the term breaking, what comes to mind?
Hit and or
Come on, stop playing. Beautiful people, you are now watching Much Respect Due, where we are bridging the gap of Black dance phenomena and paying homage to the origin of Black dance styles, trends, and evolutions. See, we are paying homage to the master artists, the pioneers, and the various talents that have shaped the cultural tapestry of American dance all across the world. I am your girl, Shea Zephir, the creator of this here show, and I'll be taking you on a cool ride into a deeper look at Black American dance art and the African connections of traditional movement. So, welcome to episode 1, the African Connections of Breakin.
Ain't nobody here the best b-boy, because people were probably doing this thousands of years ago in Africa. All we're doing is manifesting at a different time.
Okay, so when you hear the term breaking, what comes to mind?
I took some of this from an African piece. It was like this, but in hip hop, it's like this.
Come on, stop playing.
The origin of American breaking jumps off in the late 1960s and early 1970s. In the South Bronx,
South Bronx.
Up in NYC, the street dance style was birthed out of the hip-hop movement created by Black and Puerto Rican youth dance and street gang crews. B-boy pioneers Richard Colon, aka Crazy Legs, and Kenneth Gabbard, aka Ken Swift, named their dope, energetic performances after James Brown's song Get on the Good Foot and also Kung Fu films as their main artistic influences. The battle dance style is famous for its mesmerizing acrobatic and intricate body movements. Those dope jaw-dropping moves became the core of breaking elements called top rock, down rock, power moves, and freezes. Now musically, the dance style was a fusion of jazz, funk, soul, disco, techno, and rock. And James Brown,
This is the man.
come on now, you already know. When the needle hit the record, James' signature funk breaks were a huge influence on the rhythm sound popularity of breaking. But as we take a look into the international influence of our musical sound in America, we find that African and Afro-Cuban rhythms are also the backbone of the sound evolution that became hip-hop pioneered by DJ Kool Herc.
If they're waiting for this particular break and I have a couple more records that's got the same breakup in it, I wonder how would it be if I put them all together.
I guess we all gonna be in our living rooms trying to do the footwork and everything. But seriously though, after seeing and reminiscing with a little bit of American history, have you guys ever just wondered what the phrase means? Like, maybe they're just born with that gift. Let's take a look at the African connections that actually birthed breaking.
The more we research and study our root connections with Black American dance, we find that our organic movements are in fact not as original as we thought. These similar movements have transcended decades, centuries, cultures, oceans, and lands, always within the soil of great African countries. In these clips, we see as far back as the 1960s in Kenya and Nigeria, but you can still see the similarities between the freestyle worlds of hip-hop street dance and also traditional African movements. Scan back to America in the 1950s, and we see the birthing movements of breaking within tap dance. Quick fact check though, the Library of Congress has archived a video from 1898 titled A Street Arab, where we see those same iconic jaw-dropping movements. See, the movements in dance hold so much sacred history that it is our responsibility as fellow artists to correct the narrative and honor the blueprint of Black dance phenomenon. When we know the origins of our culture and the heritage connected to the movement, it is the transition between just entertainment and a gift. Speaking of pioneering visionaries within breaking, I'd like to introduce you to another powerhouse sister who saw the inequality within hip-hop dance and decided to carve out a safe space just for the sisters. Meet Michelle Bird McPhee.
I want to first say just thank you for having me. I'm always very grateful to be in conversation, to share our stories, especially women, especially Black women. I don't think that we have the opportunity to share enough. So thank you so much for having me. My name is Michelle Bird McPhee. I am the artistic and founding director of Ladies of Hip Hop, originally founded in Philly. We're going into our 18th year of producing the actual festival, Black led, Black female led. So when I was pursuing, what my career was going to be, there was no real avenue for hip hop dance, and I've tried to, kind of exist and create sustainability for the women in my circle. My mom went to Simon Gratz High School in Philly, and at the time when she was going to school, there was a couple programs. So Arthur Hall, which I know a lot of people aren't even actually familiar with, and if you don't, you should look him up. He had a community dance program in West Philly, and she was part of that community dance program. And then also she was taking ballet in high school. So, dance was, passed down through her to us, So I don't really have any memories where we weren't dancing. That's really how I grew up. Music, dance, we cleaned, we celebrated. When we were sad, the sad songs just went up louder. It still was always part of how we healed and functioned and, moved throughout the world. So I would say, always, I would say in utero, because I know my mom was, dancing while pregnant, so yeah, my entire life. I do love performing in the sense that, especially when I'm on stage with people that I love and that I respect dancing, it's just like a joy that, is unexplainable. I wish, at times in my life I've tried to find, the real job or my way out of dance, because people always want to make you think of, especially this art form, as a hobby, you still do that dance stuff, you still, and then hip hop, you still like hip hop dancer, I'm trying to, really find, finally accepting that this is who I am and this is what I want to do, and, this is a journey. You're 30 years in, you still trying to figure it out. And yes, I am, because there's so much pressure from the outside. So just being able to find myself in dance and performance is really kind of where I am right now. I was always on the hunt for other women, and I very early in, I wouldn't say career, but clubbing, I found a dance partner. Her name was Migdalia Gonzalez, and she would dance like it was nobody's business. I kind of transitioned and started meeting all these New York dancers. Marjorie Smart, huge impact and influence on me. Tweet Boogie. I met Robin Dunn after I met Tweety, but they're all the guys too, Sekou, Hiro, Buddha Stretch, obviously, clearly, B-Boy Why Not, Raphael Xavier. Hip hop is, it's an industry, it's a life, it's a culture, it's everything, for me. And the reason why I stay in it is because of the community. I just love being around our people. I love our music, even when it's a mess. Because girl, we know. Just our genius, our ability to make something out of nothing, But to watch what we create become something that's interwoven in the fabric of so many different communities worldwide, why wouldn't you want to be part of that?
There is so much history in those movements, y'all. It is so sacred. But the freedom about dance styles like breaking is that it can never actually be contained, because the style itself is birthed out of hardships and battles just throughout life. So time and time again, the style is rebirthed throughout different eras constantly, which brings us to the present day. So let's take a look at the international influences of breaking across the globe. I am Shea Zephir. Thank you for rocking out with me. This is Much Respect Due, and we will see y'all next time.